just comes a point in time where you have to stop giving a fuck.
Before we start this video, I just want to apologize because I haven't posted a video in 3 weeks. And it's kind of hard to make a video talking about negative thought patterns when you're in the middle of struggling with negative thought patterns. I've been having this little negative thought pattern party in my head for the past couple of weeks. And it was because of a situation, you know, some circumstances that happened. And I feel like the way that I've been thinking about the situation and obsessing over the situation and pretty much playing out all these negative outcomes in my mind that really haven't even happened yet, and I have no proof that they're going to happen. So yeah, I've been struggling with that. So it's like, I don't really feel right coming on here like talking about negative thought patterns if I'm in the middle of, you know, a negative thought pattern, you know, battle. But honestly, I could say that this situation, it's actually helped me make this video because, you know, I've been able to observe and just pay attention to, you know, certain thought patterns that I have and things that provoke it. So yeah, I'm back and I'm here to talk about it today. Does that mean that I'm perfect? Hell fucking no. But it means that, you know, I'm learning and I'm paying attention and I'm growing just like everybody else is every day. And honestly, I don't think you'll ever reach a point where you'll never have a negative thought again. And I don't think we should try to, because we're not robots. And also because, you know, sometimes negative thoughts can serve as a purpose. Sometimes a negative thought can inspire change, it can inspire creativity. So I don't necessarily think that everything that is negative is bad, because sometimes those things that are negative are needed in order for you to grow or to learn or to just understand certain things in life. But I think it becomes a problem when you have negative thought patterns. You have negative thought patterns, what happens is you pretty much create a domino effect of things that you don't want, because those are the things that you keep focusing on and putting emphasis on, even though you swear up and down you don't want these things to happen. I was very careful not to name this video Overcoming Negative Thought Patterns, because I haven't overcame that shit. So I don't really feel right trying to be like, yeah, I know the answers, I got the answers, Sway, you know, I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what to do. What I can say is, you know, I understand them better and I recognize them better, and I'm able to, you know, differentiate, you know, thoughts that are, you know, just irrational and, you know, fearful, and thoughts that are really real, because, you know, not everything is, you know, peaches and cream. Not everything is perfect. You can't just completely ignore, you know, the negativity or the dark energy that, you know, does exist in this world. So I don't want to make it seem like, oh, if you just think positive about everything, nothing bad is going to happen in your life. No, that's bullshit. That's not the case. Nobody is going to leave this earth without a scratch. There's going to be a lot of shit that you have to go through, and that's just the reality. That's just life. But even though I, you know, understand negative thought patterns better and I'm able to recognize them, there's still times where, you know, my mind plays tricks on me. There's still times where I'm so distracted by this negative thought pattern party going on in my head that I don't even really think to challenge those thoughts. People love to tell you, think positive, think positive, think positive. But if you struggle with negative thought patterns, there's not just a button on the side of your head that you can press that says, bing, think positive. So what do you do if you're swimming in a pool of negative thoughts? The best thing to do is to sit with them. Close your eyes, sit in silence, and focus on your breathing. And just sit with those thoughts. And the longer you sit with those thoughts, the longer you focus on your breath, and you know, just close your eyes and you don't force yourself to think about anything. You just let your mind wander and do whatever it wants. Eventually, you're going to be able to start to make connections, and you're going to be able to start to, you know, recognize certain things that trigger these negative thought pattern parties that go on in your motherfucking mind. I am the queen of negative thought pattern parties. And honestly, I think that, you know, it just, you know, comes from the anxiety. And honestly, I feel like, you know, I've said this before, I think people who really struggle with their mental health, or who have, you know, mental health disorders, whether it's anxiety disorders, depression, whatever the case is. I feel like, you know, humans like us, we're very, very, very sensitive creatures, and that really is a gift. And I think it just comes down to really getting in tune with that power that you have and not seeing it as a curse. Because it's like a lot of times I look at my anxiety as a curse. And it's like, I have to realize that it's really a blessing and it's a gift, because I'm able to sense certain things that other people can't sense. I'm able to recognize certain things that other people don't recognize. You know, I pay close attention to things. So it's good and bad things that come along with it, and you have to learn to embrace that. Meditation really helps your subconscious mind get to the bottom of where these negative thoughts come from. Where do they stem from? And I hate to sound hippy dippy, but meditation really does help. If you're a person who struggles with negative thought patterns, overthinking, meditation really does help quiet down the mind and, you know, help you to think more clearly. Because a lot of times, you know, we don't really realize how much noise is going on in our heads until we actually, you know, cut off all the distractions. Now, sometimes, you know, the negative thoughts that we have, we bring on ourselves with the things that we feed into. And other times, you know, negative thoughts really do just come out of nowhere. But just understand that when you have a negative thought, you don't have to entertain it. You don't have to entertain it. In fact, I like to challenge my negative thoughts, almost like having a debate with a person. Perfect example, your check engine light comes on in your car and you feel, you know, a slight sense of panic. A person who struggles with negative thought patterns, they'll say,
oh my gosh, my check engine light just came on. Does that mean my car is about to break down? What if it breaks down tomorrow? I'm not going to be able to afford to get it fixed. And then not only am I going to not be able to afford to get it fixed, I'm not going to be able to afford to get a rental. Like, how am I going to get to work? If I don't have a way to work, then I'm going to lose my job. And then if I lose my job, then I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose my apartment. I'm going to lose my car. I'm not going to be able to pay my car insurance. And then I'm going to be homeless.
That's what happens when you have negative thought patterns. You will literally take the smallest problem, or not even necessarily a problem. It may not necessarily be a problem, but you just take the smallest thing. And instead of entertaining, you know, positive outcomes, you automatically go over to the negative outcomes. You automatically entertain the negative outcomes, and then you have all these scenarios and situations in your mind that you're making up that haven't even happened. You have no proof that this shit is going to happen, but you're feeding into it. And it's like you just feed onto it, and more and more and more and more and more negative thoughts attached to the original negative thought that you had. And like I said, you can't completely escape from negative thoughts, but you can choose to just look at things differently. You really have to like switch. It's hard to explain because I don't want to make it seem like it's easy. Like, oh, I can just switch to positive thinking. But it's more so just like, okay, my check engine light came on. That could mean anything. That could mean my gas cap is too loose. It could just mean I need, you know, minor maintenance. It could mean that I, you know, need $100 repair. It could mean anything. It could mean the smallest thing. It could mean something that's really not that deep and not that serious. So that's kind of what you have to do with yourself. You kind of have to just challenge your negative thought patterns. It's like arguing. It's like debating. It's like, why would I believe that? Why? I have no proof that that negative thing is going to happen. So why am I even going to entertain it? Why am I going to listen to you? Man, shut up. Sit your ass down. I ain't listening to you. Get your negative ass out of here. And people probably think I'm crazy because I really do talk to myself just like that. I really do have debates with myself. I feel like you have to, especially if, you know, you're a person who has, you know, very crazy thoughts. You have to be able to talk to yourself and really repeat those thoughts out loud and really challenge those. And, you know, I don't know. I feel like if you don't talk to yourself, you're a psychopath. If you don't talk to yourself, if you don't have conversations with yourself, then obviously you don't have a relationship with yourself. And to me, that's, you know, that's a little psycho. So people who think I'm crazy because I talk to myself, really you guys are the crazy ones, because you probably don't even know who you are. You're probably not aware of a lot of things about yourself that you need to change, you need to work on. So I don't really give a fuck. I don't really give a fuck, because I just feel like we're very, very complex creatures. And there's a lot of different things that go on in our minds, and there's a lot of different things that we feel. And, you know, I feel like the best way to deal with all of those things, you know, all of the, you know, complexity that goes into being a human, I feel like you just have to, you have to be willing to talk about. You have to be willing to talk about it. You have to be willing to talk about all of your contradictions. You have to be willing to talk about your, you know, crazy thoughts, and you have to be willing to, you know, talk about things that you don't really like about yourself and understand about yourself, because that's the key. That's really the key to self-development and growth and, you know, reaching your full potential, whatever the fuck that means. Another thing about negative thought patterns is a lot of times they're triggered by, you know, past bad experiences you had, or past bad experiences that, you know, somebody close to you has had. And you have to be really careful with that, because, you know, even though the past happened and it's real, it's a thing of the past. It's behind you. It's no longer a part of your present day life. Like, it was a situation that happened, and that's it. You can't make more of it. You can't think, oh, because this bad experience happened in the past and it'll probably repeat itself. Like, that's another thing with negative thought patterns also. Is a lot of times you feel like, you know, the past is going to repeat itself. So you literally are just having negative thoughts about the past, and you're pretty much predicting that the same thing will happen. And when it does happen, you can't be surprised. You can't be surprised. I'm only speaking from experience. I'm not speaking from a place of like, you need to be this way. You need to change your thinking. You like, I'm not coming from that place, because honestly, like I said before, I'm the queen of negative thought patterns. And I've been able to witness firsthand what, you know, having negative thought patterns does, and what having positive thought patterns does also. I've experienced both. You know, I've experienced situations where, you know, my negative thought patterns have attracted, you know, very negative, bad experiences. I don't even want to say bad experiences, because I feel like every experience is, you know, it's either, you know, a lesson or a blessing, one or the other. So I'll just say, you know, negative experiences that I've had. But yeah, I've had negative experiences, and it wouldn't just be one negative experience. It'll literally be one after another, after another, after another, and it's because of, you know, the way that I was thinking. And then I've also had times where, you know, one good thing happens after another. You know, one good thing happens, another good thing happens, another good thing happens, and another good thing happens, and it's because of, you know, what my mindset was and my mentality was at the time, and, you know, me just having positive thought patterns. And to be honest with you, even though I'm making this video and I'm talking about this, I'm still, you know, trying to get on the right track. Because I feel like there was a certain point in my life where I was, you know, in a really, really, really high vibration consistently. And, you know, I'm kind of trying to go back and, you know, observe and remember certain things that I was doing at that time. Like, I would make sure on my days off, I was still waking up at like 6 o'clock, 6:30. And I had a routine. I'm like, okay, let me go work out. Let me make sure I meditate. Like, I had little things that I did. I'm like, okay, I'm only drinking twice a week. You know, I would drink alcohol twice a week. Like, it was just certain things that I had in place, certain habits that I had that, you know, I feel helped my mentality and it helped my thought patterns. And that's another thing. You have to be careful of the habits you have. If you have certain habits and you genuinely deep down in your soul feel like they're causing you to, you know, have negative thought patterns or put you in a low vibration, you have to be honest with yourself and say, hey, these habits that I have, I need to change. And you just replace them with, you know, healthier habits. So, you know, at this point, I feel like I'm rambling on. But I want to know what you guys think, because I know everybody struggles with negative thoughts. You know, some struggle more than others. But I don't know. I want to hear what you guys have to say. If you guys been struggling with negative thought patterns like I have, and if so, like how do you deal with your negative thought patterns? What are some things that help you, or I don't know, what are some things that even help you realize, like, hey, this isn't really how I feel deep down in my soul. These are really just thoughts that have came, you know, either from things I'm feeding into, or, you know, my past, or whatever the case is. So yeah, I promise I would try my best not to go this long without posting another YouTube video. But I can't make any promise. I can't make any promises, actually. Forget that. I'm not going to make any promises, because, you know, things happen in life. And, you know, I'm a very sensitive creature, and I'm a very spiritual creature. And, you know, I'm not a robot. I'm not a machine. You know, I'm not the type of person just like, okay, I'm going to post a YouTube video every single week. You know, because that's just not genuine. Like, it's not genuine. If I genuinely don't have anything of value to talk about to you guys, I'm not going to come on here and make a video just for the sake of, oh, I got to make sure that I'm posting consistently so I can get more subscribers, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't really care. Yeah, but I love you guys so much. Hope you guys have a good Sunday. I don't know if I'm posting this today, which is Sunday, but yeah, if not, have a good day, whatever day of the week it is, and adios. Bye.